The NFL playoffs are finally here, and there are a bunch of good matchups. We continue our preview series of Wild Card Weekend here at Chat Sports. How about the Chiefs, Steelers? Big Ben gets into the playoffs as the 7th seed in his final season as a pro. Who you got? Type KC for the Chiefs, type PIT for the Steelers. Probably Big Ben's final game, I should say. By the way, as you get your votes in by typing KC or PIT, we have channels for both these teams, and the links are flashing below. If you're a Chiefs fan, go check out our Chiefs channel, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. For you Steelers fans, it's youtube.com/SteelersTV. Do not miss any of it. Go subscribe over there. And one more time, let us know who you got in this wild card matchup in the AFC. Type KC for the Chiefs, type PIT for the Steelers. Full preview coming up right now. What's going on, football fans? Week 18 is in the books, and it is time to get ready for the games that really count, and that, of course, is the NFL playoffs. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Chiefs versus Steelers in the wild card round. Chiefs get the 2 seed. The Pittsburgh Steelers sneak in as the number 7 seed, get a win in Week 18, and get a little bit of help along the way as well. This game will be at Arrowhead Stadium, 8:15 Eastern on Sunday Night Football, NBC television in Kansas City. Chiefs heavy favorites in this one, the over-under at 46.5 points. If you watched a couple of weeks ago, Kansas City is a heavy favorite for a reason. You look at how these teams are trending heading into the playoffs. The Chiefs have won 9 out of 10 games. Did lose a couple weeks ago to Cincinnati. They hammered Pittsburgh back in Week 16. Took care of business against the Broncos in Week 18. Pittsburgh 3-2 over their final 5, won their final 2, like I said, to get into the playoffs, including an epic overtime win over Baltimore. You know, that one felt good for Big Ben to beat his biggest rival one more time to get into the playoffs. Beat the Browns the week before as well. So a couple of big AFC North victories for Pittsburgh heading into the postseason. And now they get a second chance at the Chiefs in a game in which they got blown out just a couple of weeks ago at Arrowhead. This one will be at Arrowhead as well. Predict the score. This will be the pinned comment on today's video, so let us know in the comments who's going to win and what the final score is going to be. For example, type Chiefs 31-10, type Steelers 28-20. Let us know which team you got winning and reply to that pinned comment during this YouTube ad break. At the end of the video, I will give you my score prediction. We mentioned these teams played a few weeks back in Week 16 at Arrowhead. The Chiefs got out to a huge lead, and they never looked back. Patrick Mahomes, 258, 3 touchdowns. Darrell Williams led the way rushing. Byron Pringle, a couple of touchdowns. This was a game, by the way, in which Travis Kelce was out with COVID, and Tyreek Hill returned from the COVID list, but was mostly a non-factor. Big Ben couldn't get things going for the most part either. The Chiefs are a massive favorite for a reason. They got up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, 30-0 at halftime before cruising to a 36-10 victory. Pittsburgh cannot let this game get out of hand early. They've got to get to the end of the first quarter within one score. Be tied at 7. 10-7. You can't be down 10-0, 14-3, something like that, because Pittsburgh is just not built to come back, and that's mostly because while Big Ben has had a solid statistical season, he just doesn't have the big plays in him like he once did, like a Patrick Mahomes does, who has, almost 5,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 13 picks, whereas Big Ben, 22 touchdowns, 10 picks. He's taking care of the football, but not a lot of plays downfield. We know he can be turnover prone, especially if he gets pressure on him, because he doesn't have the arm strength that he used to. And obviously what most people are anticipating is that this is the final ride for Big Ben Roethlisberger. So it's nice to see him get into the postseason one more time. And, of course, he would love nothing else than to go on a magical run in his final season as the Steelers quarterback. Again, projected final season. We all saw the scene at Heinz Field. I think it would surprise a lot of us if he decided to come back. But it's cool to see him in the postseason one more time, try to take down the defending AFC champs. Will this be Big Ben's final game? Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Obviously, if he wins it, it will not be. But I want to know. I want to know what you guys think. Get your votes in down in the comments. Now, BetUS is the place to go bet on all of these playoff games. So go to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code NFL Daily. That's all one word, NFL Daily. That'll get you a 125% deposit bonus. If you don't know what that means, basically when you sign up, if you deposit $100, you get $125. If you deposit $500, which is what you can max out in terms of the deposit bonus, they'll give you $600 to play with. A lot of extra money to be had with that promo code, chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFL Daily. I mentioned Chiefs big favorites because we saw them beat Pittsburgh by 26 earlier this season, and to be frank, it's just not a great matchup for the Steelers. Teams that give the Chiefs trouble are teams that are dynamic at receiver, which Pittsburgh kind of is, but more importantly, they have big, strong-arm quarterbacks where they can challenge them downfield and challenge Charvarius Ward and Rashad Fenton, which I don't really know if Big Ben's going to be able to do that. He certainly wasn't able to in the first one, so if you're feeling good on one side or the other on this game, go bet on it, chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFL Daily. Let's take a look at the injury report. Pretty light for both teams. Tyreek Hill dealing with a heel injury. I think he's going to be fine, though. Clyde Edwards-Helaire dealing with a knee, and then you've got Darrell Williams with the toe. Andy Reid did say that he is still sore, but he expects Tyreek Hill to play. Not a lot of new info on CEH, so we'll see on that front. Hopefully one of those two backs can play. The positive sign is that Jerick McKinnon played pretty well last week, returning from IR. I thought he had some burst in his game, both as a runner, but especially as a receiver as well. So that was nice to see, but I expect that Tyreek Hill will give it a go. We'll see about Darrell Williams. I don't know about Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Andy Reid saying on Monday that Williams' toe is still sore, suffered that toe injury late in the first half, so we'll see on that front. Okay, you look at Pittsburgh now. Najee Harris had suffered an elbow injury in that final game against Baltimore. Buddy Johnson dealing with the foot, and then Dan Moore Jr. an ankle. We'll see on all three. It's still early in the week. Come playoff time, guys that maybe would have skipped a game due to an injury, they're probably going to give it a go. I expect Najee Harris to play in this game. It's his first playoff experience. He knows Big Ben could be fighting for his career here, so I expect him to be out there unless there's bones popping out of the skin, and I don't think that's going to be the case. So I expect Najee Harris to play, and I expect both these teams to give it everything that they've got. Subscribe if you want your team to win in this matchup, or else. So if you're a Steelers fan, be sure to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Chiefs fans, same deal. We already showed you our team subscribe links. You can go check those out as well. But if you want your team to win, sub for your team's dub. That's how it goes. Big dubs if you subscribe. All right, you look at the AFC playoff picture as a whole. Tennessee sitting at home this weekend. You got Kansas City and Pittsburgh, Buffalo and New England, Cincinnati and Las Vegas. Previews for all of these games either on the channel already or will be in the next day or so. So be sure to go and check those out. Again, youtube.com/chatsportstv. But the name of this video, Chiefs, Steelers, can't wait, man. Playoffs are here, baby. Sunday Night Football, 8:15 Eastern in Kansas City. We'll see if Pittsburgh can pull off the upset. All right, we asked you to predict the score. I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I will give you my final score prediction. Chiefs, Steelers, Arrowhead Stadium, Wild Card Weekend. 6 games this weekend. I cannot freaking wait. Get your score predictions in. I'll take the Chiefs 31-17. I don't think it'll be quite the same amount of blowout as it was a couple of weeks ago. 13 on the spread feels right. I got the Chiefs by 14. They feel like a 2-touchdown favorite in this game, but I think Pittsburgh will fight. I think Big Ben will give it what he's got, but what he's got just isn't what it used to be. So I'll take Kansas City to win and inch closer to the Super Bowl for a third straight season.